guys, it's Sarah, and I am here today to bring you a book review of The Huntress by Kate Quinn. This book was very kindly sent my way by William Morrow in order to do a review for you guys, and I am so incredibly grateful that this showed up on my doorstep. It was a complete surprise. I had no idea it was coming, and when it showed up, I might have done a little bit of a squeal and a little happy dance in my kitchen when I opened it, because this is a book that I had been keeping an eye out for. I've heard very, very good things about this author. And then I was able to read her new release, so I was very, very happy. This did come out on February 26th, so it is currently available. I will have the Amazon link down below if you guys want to check it out. But I'm so excited to review this for you. This book is a World War II historical fiction, and it takes place majoritively after the war is over. And we're following 3 different perspectives in this one. The first one is a woman named Jordan. She's a very young woman. She lives in Boston. She is living with her father and his new wife, so her new stepmother, who also brought a younger daughter into the family as well. So she has a stepmother, a stepdaughter who have kind of suddenly appeared in their lives and is living under their roof. So she's, adjusting to that for sure. She also doesn't quite trust her new stepmother. We also get the perspective of a man named Ian, who is a retired war journalist. So he spent some time during the war traveling and, writing stories about the soldiers and things that were happening. He has, stopped doing that because it took a lot out of him, but he is now actually created a committee of people who are hunting war criminals from Germany. So they are finding out who these people are, what they did, what their war crimes were, and then he's trying to hunt them down so that they can be arrested and actually pay for their crimes, because many of these people have disappeared, taken on new identities. They're scattered throughout the world, basically living in hiding. The third perspective we get is a woman named Nina. She is a Russian woman, and she was actually part of the war as a Russian pilot, and it was a fleet of female pilots who would fly and bomb the Germans. And that was a real thing that happened. And I was actually found myself Googling this fleet of women a lot, because some of the people that are depicted in here were real people who did this. And it was very interesting to see what was written in here versus what was actually happening, and, the people and all that. So that was interesting. The one person that ties all 3 of these people together is a woman that has been nicknamed the Huntress. Now, the Huntress was a German woman who was married to a very high-ranking German officer, and she took a lot of pleasure in hurting the enemy, the Jewish people and Polish people and anybody who wasn't German, basically. And she committed some really horrific crimes. And the way that she was able to commit these crimes was she really kind of lured her victims to her and charmed them and fed them and, pretended that she was an ally, but she wasn't. And then she turned around and she murdered them. And, all of this stuff is not super well known to the public, but it is very well known to Ian, who is trying to hunt her because he has a personal connection with her, and he kind of has a personal vendetta against her. And you see Ian and his committee trying to hunt her down, and she's almost impossible to find. And that part was very, very interesting. So you see these 3 people and how they're connected, by this one woman who nobody even really knows who or where she is. And you see this whole process unfolding in front of you. And I absolutely adored this book. I gave it 5 stars. It was thrilling. It almost read like a thriller. It almost read like a historical thriller, because you're following these people and, it's not always incredibly heart-pounding, but there are definitely some heart-pounding moments in here. And then, you find yourself cheering and you're excited, and then you get disappointed because something happens. And I felt a lot of emotions in this book. And this is a big book. This is over 500 pages. I was not once bored. I definitely enjoyed one perspective over everything else, but I still really enjoyed the other 2 perspectives as well. And then we're doing a little bit of a time jump because we're following, especially with Nina, we see what she went through in the war. So with Nina, hers, a lot of it was a time jump where it goes back to where she was flying, and you follow her story through all that, which was incredible. Her life was just horrific. It really was. And you see how that kind of molds her into the person that she is today, which she was just a complete badass. My favorite perspective personally was Jordan's, and you're seeing her trying to deal with her new family dynamic, and you see her deal with some personal tragedies that happen as well. She also wants to be a photographer. I thought that part was very interesting about her, and you see her really trying to pursue her passion, and her life just goes completely in a different direction than what she thought it was going to. And you see her adjusting to that as well. Her part was probably my favorite just to read from, and I really adored her as a character. There was also something in here that surprised me, and that is there was some representation in here that I wasn't expecting. So we do have a character who is gay, and we also have a character who is a lesbian, and then we have a character who is bisexual, and I was not expecting that at all. We don't get a lot of that in historical fiction. Sometimes it comes up, but for the most part it doesn't, and so that was very refreshing in this one. It also made a lot of sense for the character that it was representing. Like, it made a lot of sense for that one. I absolutely adored Tony in this one. If you've read it, you know who Tony is. He is my new little teddy bear. I love him so much. I just want to squeeze him. I thought he was wonderful. He had me swooning a little bit. Loved him. Okay, guys, so that is going to be it because I don't want to give anything away, but let me tell you, this I would definitely say is more of a, historical thriller. It really, really surprised me, and I was surprised at how interested I was the entire time that I was reading this book and the way things were unfolding and all that. It was very thrilling. I loved it. So if you guys are interested in this, if you love historical fiction, I would absolutely pick this up 1000%. And I hope you guys do. Again, I have an Amazon link down below, so go and check that out and get yourself a copy because this one will not disappoint. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions down below. Let me know if you guys have read this and what your thoughts were. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Hope you have a great day. Bye.